Hello students. In this video, I am explaining about interpretation of topographical maps. This is for class 10. So the first chapter we are going to discuss in this video, certain points only. Here you can see different types of maps. You might have studied in your previous classes about the types of maps. Just to introduce these maps. First of all, political map. These are the types. First type is political map. In this map, you can see various countries, states, its capitals, different locations and all. So political map describe about all these things. Next is physical map. Physical map shows you different physical features of a particular place, or a country or a state, etc. Then coming here, you can see climatic map. So climatic map shows you or gives you information about different type of climates of a country or a location, and the weather, the rainfall, the temperature, all those things you can study from this type of maps. Next is economic or resource map. So economic and resource map gives you information about, we can see population or economic importance, economic resources, crops, minerals, all these things you can study about from this economic map. Now, if you come here, you can see topographic map. So topographic map is similar to a physical map. Actually, topographic map is similar to a physical map. It shows different features of a place. That means different features means it will be man-made as well as natural features. So here again, I have given one slide for you. So more information you can get from here about political map, physical map and all. There are other type of maps also you can see here, that is elevation map, contour map. Contour map we will study in this topo sheet. Land resource map, climate map. This all I have explained. So different types of maps are there, but these all we have studied in the previous classes. Okay, now we are taking only topographical maps. So in this chapter, or the first chapter of class 10, describes or shows you how to interpret a topographical map, and this help you getting good marks in the topographical maps. So first of all, what is topography? We can see topography is the physical and natural features of the land. Topography is the natural and physical features of a land. Topographical maps are the comprehensive and detailed description of natural and man-made features on Earth. So this I have told you just before. Topographical maps shows you the detailed description of man-made as well as natural features. That means man-made feature means we can see that whatever human beings constructed on land, that is man-made features. For example, it can be a dam, it can be road, it can be settlements, houses, buildings, etc. And natural means it can be hills, mountains, plateaus, rivers, valleys, etc. Now, conventional signs and symbols. This also I think you have studied in your previous classes, 8th standard and 9th standard. That means conventional, to interpret a map, we have to understand or we have to know that what are the signs and symbols which are shown on a topographical sheet or map. That means with the help of this conventional signs and symbols only you can identify the features of different types. That means man-made or natural. So all man-made or natural features or whatever features represented given in a sheet or topo sheet, there will be some signs and symbols which you are supposed to learn very well, then only you can interpret these maps. So these maps are based on accurate survey of India. They are only preparing all these maps. See here, conventional signs and symbols. So here you can see different types of conventional signs and symbols which shows different land features, man-made as well as natural. Here you can see man-made like a road, it is metalled and unmetalled, different types you can see here. Then a cart track, pack track, and pass footpath with bridge. See here you can see all those things. These are bridges. Okay. Then streams with the track in bed and defined canal. See here streams. This is canal. Then dams. See different types of dams, that is masonry or rock filled or earthwork where see the different lines. Two lines means it is masonry or a rock filled you can see here, and where you can see here earthwork where. Then river dry with water channel with island and rocks. See here this is island, so island and rocks. If it is shown like this is a river with an island. Then this is tidal river, arrow mark should be given like this. Then swamp and reed you can see here. Then wells, different types of wells, lined, unlined. This is spring. Then a tank perennial and a dry you can see here. Then embankments, road and rail. Railway, broad gauges, different types of this one, like broad gauges like under construction. This is under construction. This is with the station. Okay, this you can see here. Then broad other gauges, double and single. See here, double will be in bolded and single will be like this. Okay. Then light railway or tramway. Then telegraph line cutting with tunnel. See here, you can see the symbol like this. Contours and cliffs. See, these are river feature. Cliff is a river feature, and contour lines we are going to study in the next chapter. So that time it will help you more. I will explain what are contour lines and what are cliffs and all those erosional features, different type of river features we will study. Okay, that time you will get. But now you just see these symbols. Next, sand features. You can see first is village. Second is sand hills, permanent, and sand dunes. These are shifting sand dunes. So sand dunes usually shift according to the wind or other erosional features. So next, towns or villages you can see here. Then huts. See, permanent hut, temporary hut, then tower and antiquities. All those things you can see here. Next is religious institutions, temple, church, mosque. Idgah, tomb and grave. Okay. Next is lighthouse. See different type of lighthouse. Lighthouse, light ships. This is light ships. This is buoys. This is lighted, unlighted, and anchorage. Okay. So lighthouse with light. This is unlighted. Okay. Then mine. See here different types of mine. Then vine or trellis. Then grass, scrub. See, grass and scrub, the difference you can see. This is scrub is bolded and this grass is like single lines. It is not bolded. Then palms, see here different types. You can see here different types of trees, conifer, bamboo and other trees. Boundary, national and international, state, then subdivision of boundaries, district boundaries and all. Then boundary pillars. Heights, see here heights triangulated, station point and approximate. Then benchmark, see here BM and GM, geodetic territory canal. Post office, you can see some letters here. They are known as like you can see PO post office, telegraph office GO, telegraph office and post office combined, that is PTO, and police station PS. Here bungalows you can see, then circuit houses, then forest reserved and protected. See, R means a reserve forest, PF means protected forest. Okay. See here, this is a part of a topo sheet I have given. So here you can see some conventional signs and symbols, that is buildings are shown as little black squares. Here wherever you see black squares, here also it is there. So these are settlements or buildings. So different type of settlements we are going to study later. So that time you will get more idea. This is just to get an average idea about how it will be shown in a topographical map. That is why I have given this one. You can see here different, see these are the large buildings. Large buildings will be in large square, black in color, and small will be there, their houses, and different settlements, linear, that and all you are going to study. Different type of settlements, scattered and linear settlements you are going to study. So this picture shows, or this will help you to get an idea about how these conventional signs and symbols shown in a topographical map. Now coming here, this is also very, very important, that how a topographic map work with colors. So colors are very important in a topographical map or any map, not only topographical map, any map, because with colors only you are going to identify the land features, if it is man-made or natural, whatever, there will be colors there. That means there are some different colors given in the topo sheet. They are like, you can see here, brown color. Brown color used to depict mountains or hills or elevation. Elevation in the sense the land which is having heights, that means hills or mountains, etc. Now if it is in blue color, suppose blue color, anything given here, you can see here blue. Then this blue color represents river, river, beaches, streams, ponds. So whatever given in blue color, it will be a water body, or it will be a river or stream or pond or whatever. So this, it can show, see, river means it will be like this, long lines, and it has branches, that means it's tributaries or contributaries. So if it is like this, it's a round shape or a rectangular shape, and or it can be a lake, or a round shape depicts a pond, like that. So whenever you see any features on a topographical map in blue color, it is a water body. Then land grids and important roads, that will be in brown color. So sorry, not brown color, red color. Here it is looking like a pinkish, dark pinkish, but it will be red. So you can see here, this is the land grids or roads. Usually roads shown in a topographic map in red color. Next is black. Black already I have explained, which it can be railroads, boundaries, settlements, and smaller roads. Smaller roads can be in black color. Next is purple color. Features updated with aerial photography but not field verified. See here. See, this is the way you are going to get these colors on a map. Now coming here, you can see most of the part of this topographical sheet is green in color. So what does it mean? Green color, dark green color represents forest area. So that you already know, I think. Then you can see yellowish colors are there, yellowish greens or yellow. See, these parts are cultivated lands. Wherever you see yellow color, it is cultivated land, agricultural land. So when you find out, sometime in examination questions will come like this when showing yellow color on a particular area, and you have to find out the occupation. So occupation, if the color is in the particular area of that map is yellow in color, the occupation will be agriculture, because yellowish color, yellow color shows the agricultural land or cultivated land. So the occupation must be agriculture. And suppose if that color is dark green, it will be, that area will be forest, so the occupation will be forestry. Now here again you can see I have given one more picture, that how in a topography, contour lines. These are contour lines which we are going to study. So in a topographical map, rivers should be shown like this, or you can see this V-shaped, it can be a stream. So different shapes you can see for river and stream. So this we will explain when you are studying contour lines. Here this again you can see blue color and some contour lines. So wherever rivers are there, it shows like this in blue color. These all are rivers. Now, colors almost over. Now you can see we are going to another topic, that is elements of a map. What does it mean? What is the meaning of elements? Elements of a map. Or it has another name, essential features of a map. To understand a map, you are supposed to know its elements, or that is the basic thing which you are supposed to understand about a map. Map provides lot of information, but one must know to read and understand. So see, this is a map. You all know this is India map. But to read it, to interpret it, to explain this map, you must know its elements. Certain maps are provided with tools or aids to understand, and they are called essential features. So these elements means the tools or features which help you to understand a map. So here a map has basically 5 elements or 5 features, 5 basic things which you are supposed to understand to read it. First one is its title. So you can see that every map is having a title. Here you can see India political map. So this is the title. Then you can see that next is, so every map has its own name, like this, for example, this will be in the right side of the map, and India political, like that, India physical, India thematic map, India climatic map, like that. So whatever given in the top, this is known as title. Now next we are going to study, or we are going to see the second element is the grid. So when we come, see here again I have given title, see geological map of India. Here highway map of India. This is the title. So other things now we don't want to mention. Only we are studying about the title. So the first element is the title. That is this. Next is the grid. So grid means we have studied in 8th standard or 7th standard and all. You have studied what is a grid. So here you can see this is world map, or it is in the globe, right? In the globe you are seeing like this. So you can see vertical lines like this and horizontal lines like this. So the middle line, this is known as equator, which you all know. This is 0 degree. And these other latitudes, these are the other latitudes: Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle. So here you can see these vertical lines and these horizontal. That means vertical lines are longitudes, that horizontal lines are latitudes. So these vertical and horizontal lines, or the latitudes and longitudes, cross each other. You can see that they are crossing each other to form a network. So this network is known as grid. Understood? So you know that. So I have explained parallel lines. Parallel means these horizontal lines. These all lines, they are known as latitudes. Parallel. Now vertical means this one. See, this all. That means the lines run from west to east. They are known as latitudes. Then the lines run from north to south. They are known as longitudes. So they have another name, that is meridians. Longitude has another name. They are meridians. Okay. Now this network. So the latitude and longitude cross each other to form a network. So this network is known as grid. Now next element is scale. So you know that in every map there will be a scale shown in the bottom. That means, see here it is the definition. It is not possible to show all the places on the map in their actual proportion. Therefore, the places are reduced in size. So map, you can see that the whole map of India or the whole map of the world is shown in small scale in a small piece of paper. So when this map shows, we cannot show the actual distance on that small paper. So what we are supposed to do is we are reducing the size and shows in a small scale in the sheet. So we use scales for this purpose. This reduction is based on scale. So it's a ratio between distance on a map and distance on the ground. For example, here you can see 1 inch is equal to 1 mile. That means 1 inch, this each column, you can see this, each one is 1 inch on a map. But actually what we have to think is this 1 inch means 1 mile on the actual distance or on the ground. So, but we cannot show 1 mile on a sheet or a map. So, we reduce it as 1 inch. So, that will be shown. So, that is the scale. So, here 1 centimeter is equal to 1 kilometer. So, it can be in both scales, like inch scale or centimeter scale. So, inch means if it is inch, they will show like this on the right side of right bottom of the map. If it is centimeter, it shows like this. So then when we are seeing that 1 centimeter is there on the map, we have to think that that is actual distance is 1 kilometer on ground. Next feature or element is legend. What is a legend? I have shown you first of this video that there are some conventional signs and symbols I have shown you. So the same, like the same things will be given in your map in another sheet. It is not on map, but it may be in the side or in another sheet you will get like this. This is known as legend. On map, it's very difficult to show all the features such as settlements, bridges, post offices, railway lines. They are depicted using conventional signs and symbols. You can see that a bridge cannot be shown on the map in its actual size. So we make small symbols like this for understanding that that symbol represents that particular feature. It can be man-made, it can be natural also. So these are that is known as legend. This will be given in separate sheets. Next is direction. See, direction is very important because if you do not know the direction of the map, it will be very difficult to locate places. So as you all know, the top part of any map, it will be north. See, there are two types of directions. It can be, it is cardinal and intermediate. I'll show you how to do this. See, cardinal and intermediate direction. See, actually, the top part is north, the south is in the bottom, and you can see west and east. Always the left side and your right side. So, then, now these north, see here, north, south, west, east. These main directions are known as the cardinal directions. And you can see the intermediate directions, north, and here you can see east. So in between, see this part, this is northeast and this is southeast. You can see this is southeast and you can see this is southwest and you can see this area is northwest. So they are known as intermediate directions. Understood? So north, south, west, east. These are the main directions and they are known as cardinal directions, and the subdivisions of this you can see they are known as northeast, southeast, southwest and northwest are known as intermediate direction. See here in India map you can see that north part is this one and south is this one, this is the west and this is the east. Now see here the northern states you can see here, all those, see when we consider India map. See, west part is this side and the south part is this side and the east is here. See, eastern states and all you can see here. So all those, this is very important to understand the direction of a map. Then only you can locate places very clearly. So today's video is an introduction, just an introduction only. Now all these basic things to interpret a topographical map I have explained. So these basic things, first of all, you have to know. Then only when we are going to the next topic, this is related things. So if you don't know these things, the next topic will be a little more advanced, which you are not able to understand if you are not studying this. So this introduction, you once again you study very well, see the conventional signs and symbols you have to draw and study. So the next video I'll give you some worksheets regarding or related with whatever I have taught you today, and you have to in that maybe you will get conventional signs and symbols to draw and you have to keep it as a record. You can keep a notebook and you have to first of all you have to draw all those things, worksheet, whatever I have given you have to do, and you have to show me when we are coming to school, or you have to send to me that I will let you know what you have to do. So basic things I think you all understood. And if you have any queries also, you can ask me, that I will arrange another session. Okay, thank you.